think the problem is that most people are chasing money. And I don't even think that's the biggest problem. I think if you're going to chase it, most people are chasing it in the wrong order. And before we get into today's lesson, if you're new here, welcome. You're jumping in on day 81. I'm documenting the days leading up into my 24th birthday, not because I think turning 24 changes everything, but more so because I wanted to give myself a deadline to become more intentional with how I live, how I learn, how I build. So today's lesson is simple. Content builds trust, sales creates income. And I think if you get those out of order, you're going to spend a long time wondering why the money never comes. So money is something that you attract. It isn't something that you chase. And when I say attract, I don't mean manifestation or law of attraction. I simply mean you attract it by becoming valuable, solving the right problems, finding the solutions, right? And then also, building that trust. That way money becomes a byproduct, not the end target, because money isn't the goal. The value is the goal, and money is just a receipt. So with these videos, with whatever that you're doing, even simply having a conversation with somebody, that's building trust in order to gain a sale. It's not manipulative. It's not deceptive. You're simply providing a solution to their problem. Example, whenever you apply for a job, that's a form of sales, even though you don't consider it sales. I think a lot of people put sales in one small box or a category like a traditional car salesman, but sales, like I said, is simply finding the right problem and having a solution to that problem. Now, back to my example. When you apply for a job, essentially you're saying that I have the characteristics, I have the qualities, I have the experience that you're looking for to solve your problem. We both have problems and we both have solutions. That job may have the money that you're looking for, further experience that you're looking for, right? But that job, the company also has a problem. They may be low on staff, or they may need a specialized person to fill that position. So both of you guys have problems, both of you guys have solutions. That job sells you on the fact that they can come through for you and provide the experience and the money that you need, and vice versa. The job is being sold. Like, how can I say, they're buying into you. They're buying into the fact that you may have the experience, or they're buying into the fact that you're willing to learn in order for them to pay you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's still sales, but instead of you selling a product, most of the time it ends up being your time that you're selling, your characteristics that you're selling, your experience that you're selling. It's not just a single product. That's why I guess feeling like you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job or a job period is because essentially at the end of the day, that initial sale gets you the job, but from then on, you're selling your time for money. That's a form of sales. But back to the main lesson, the main topic. When you build content or when you create content, right, you're building trust with an audience that you may never ever see in person, right? Like right now, I'm talking to you guys, whoever this may be. You may be a reoccurring subscriber or a reoccurring viewer, or you may be completely new, right? But me having this conversation with you, somebody may be across the world, but I'm able to build that trust with them one-on-one. This feels like a more intimate setting, right? That way, when problems do arise, maybe they might have a problem that they want to put in the comment section and they need help with, I'm going to be the one that they trust because we talk every day. I have so many videos. It feels like we're talking every day. So naturally, they're going to trust me. Naturally, I'll get the sale. And like I said, money will just be the byproduct. That's not the target. That's not the end goal. That comes after the fact that I found what they were looking for, and I presented them with a solution to the problem. We do this daily, right? So first, like I said, if you skip content and you skip building trust, right? You're gonna spend a lot of time right here wondering why the money never comes. We don't want that. We want to build the trust first. Just like taking a female out on a date, right? The content, maybe marketing, right? How you present yourself, and then the dinner. You're building trust in order to get the sale, get her to come back to another date, or perhaps one day get married, right? That's the ultimate sale. You see what I'm saying? But even after that, like selling her on the vision of, having children and things like that, that's also a form of sales. Even though it's not monetary, you're selling an idea. You're selling yourself, essentially. Like I said, not saying like you're selling your soul or nothing, but you have to realize it's not convincing, it's persuasion. It's providing a solution to a problem that they already want to fix, even though they may not know that's a problem that they want to fix. So that's really the moral of the message for today. Money isn't the goal, value is the goal, and money is just a receipt, right? Money is it becomes the byproduct. So content builds trust, sales creates income. So today, I encourage you, whoever's watching, find something that you deeply care about. Find something that you deeply are knowledgeable about. Even if you aren't the most knowledgeable person, you don't have to be professional or anything. If you have something that you know about and you have solutions to the problems, trust me, you can sell almost anything in that area, right? So the challenge for today, find that one thing, find that one person, find that one problem that you want to solve, and then just create solutions around it. Your boy Cameron Mitchell is out. That was 7